Welcome back to AutoBig8, your #1 source for the most advanced, the most powerful, and the most surprising machines ever developed by mankind. Whether it's military tech, aircraft innovations, or next-generation defense systems, we bring you the real breakdown. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and stay updated on future drops that will absolutely blow your mind. Now, let's dive straight into something truly next level: the S-600 air defense system and the mysterious targeted aircraft known as the Rell 51. Buckle in, because what you're about to hear sounds like science fiction, but it's real, operational, and changing the future of aerial warfare. Let's start by painting the big picture. In the high-stakes world of air defense, few systems have stirred up as much speculation and mystery as the rumored S-600. Designed as an evolutionary successor to the already formidable S-400 and S-500 platforms, the S-600 isn't just a surface-to-air missile system. It's an integrated, multi-tiered defense architecture designed to detect, track, and intercept all modern threats, including hypersonic missiles, stealth aircraft, and even orbital satellites. Now here's where it gets even more intense. Sources suggest that the S-600 isn't just in development, it's already been tested in connection with a highly confidential target drone codenamed Rell 51. Let's take a moment to unpack what the S-600 is. If the S-400 was capable of targeting fifth-generation aircraft like the F-35, and the S-500 could intercept intercontinental ballistic missiles in near space, the S-600 is said to go beyond. We're talking strategic capability to monitor and dominate space-based threats, deep space orbital targeting, and even AI-enhanced threat evaluation. The range of the S-600 radar system, reportedly, exceeds 1,500 kilometers. That's nearly 1,000 miles of surveillance domain stretching beyond the stratosphere, offering coverage over multiple nations simultaneously. But we know that any air defense system is only as good as its testing capabilities. And that's where Rell 51 comes in. Allegedly developed as a target drone that mimics sixth-generation fighter jets and hypersonic cruise missiles, Rell 51 is not just a dummy aircraft. It's a fully maneuverable, supersonic platform capable of countermeasures, evasive action, and electromagnetic cloaking. In other words, it's the final boss of target drones. This drone isn't just flying a predictable path. It thinks. It responds. It adapts. Now, let's talk about the architecture. The S-600 system comprises four major components: long-range radar surveillance platforms, mid-range interceptor batteries, terminal defense units, and command and control centers. The long-range radar uses advanced L-band and X-band frequencies for tracking stealth aircraft and hypersonic objects. It can detect incoming threats the moment they breach upper atmosphere airspace. The missile units themselves are built around a dual-stage propulsion mechanism, with a rumored top speed of Mach 15, which means it can close a 1,000-kilometer gap in under 4 minutes. The command structure integrates a multi-source data fusion system, pulling data from satellites, AWACS, drones, and human intelligence to generate real-time threat analysis. It's not just automated, it's learning constantly. The AI within the S-600 is capable of prioritizing targets, assigning optimal interceptors, and even predicting evasive patterns based on threat behavior. Let's go back to Rell 51 now. The most fascinating part about this aircraft is its design. Though no official pictures have been released, artist interpretations and insider leaks suggest a sleek, delta-winged body with minimal radar signature. It carries a modular payload, allowing developers to simulate different threat profiles, from jamming systems to radar-reflective materials. This allows the S-600 to test its mettle against the most realistic conditions possible. The propulsion system of Rell 51 is rumored to be a hybrid turbojet-ramjet configuration, allowing it to reach hypersonic speeds above Mach 6. This is necessary because the S-600 isn't being built for conventional threats. It's being developed for future threats. Threats that can travel at impossible speeds, disappear off radar, or fly in from low-orbit satellites. Now, imagine the test scenarios. A drone like Rell 51 launches from a secret airbase, climbing rapidly to 30 kilometers altitude, then diving in at Mach 6 toward a sensitive military installation. Within seconds, the S-600 radar network detects it. But instead of panicking or launching everything it has, the AI within the S-600 calculates its velocity, trajectory, altitude, thermal footprint, and electromagnetic behavior. A single interceptor is launched not 2, not 3. 1. Within 90 seconds, that drone is vaporized in the upper atmosphere. And all of this happens autonomously, without a human pulling the trigger. Let's talk about the cost, and yes, it's astronomical. While exact numbers remain confidential, defense analysts estimate the price of a single S-600 unit to be between $2 to $2.5 billion, depending on the variant and operational requirements. This includes the full package: mobile radar units, missile batteries, communications hubs, and the AI-integrated command post. That makes it the most expensive surface-to-air defense system ever proposed, surpassing even the US THAAD and Aegis systems in terms of cost per deployment. The Rell 51 drone, on the other hand, is equally mind-blowing in cost. Reports suggest that each unit costs upwards of $75 million for a drone. But remember, this isn't a throwaway UF. It's reusable, built from advanced composite materials, and powered by a propulsion system that rivals manned fighters. It's the closest thing we have to simulating alien tech dogfighting. That's what justifies the cost. You don't train for tomorrow's threats using yesterday's toys. Now, you may be asking, who has access to the S-600? At this time, it's believed that only one nation is deploying the system in limited capacity, and that's Russia. With a long history of developing strategic air defense systems, Russia's potential deployment of the S-600 aligns with its military doctrine of layered, overlapping anti-air protection. However, it's also speculated that a version of the system may be shared in part with allied nations through joint development agreements, say possibly India or China, though nothing is confirmed. But what's even more wild is that there's speculation about a space-capable version of the S-600 being in early development. This would involve placing interceptors in low Earth orbit, effectively creating a Star Wars-like shield system. The implications of that are massive. We're talking about the militarization of space, real-time space debris interception, and potentially even anti-satellite operations. All of this raises serious geopolitical questions. If one nation holds the capability to intercept any aircraft or missile in the sky within a 1,500 kilometers range, and can do so autonomously, what happens to mutual deterrence? What happens to conventional air superiority doctrines? These are not just technical questions, they're strategic questions that affect global military balance. Of course, not everyone is buying the hype. Some Western analysts argue that the S-600 is more of a psychological weapon than a real-world one. They believe it's part of information warfare, a way to project power without firing a shot. But then again, so was the concept of stealth bombers at one point. And look where we are now. If even half the capabilities attributed to the S-600 are real, then it represents a seismic shift in how nations will defend their skies. No longer can we rely on simple early warning systems and scrambling jets. Now, we're entering an age where decisions are made by machines, where threats are eliminated before they're even fully identified by human operators, and where the margin of error is virtually zero. This is why systems like Rell 51 are so important. Because the only way to prepare for the future is to simulate it and to create flying threats so advanced that you can test your defenses against tomorrow's nightmare, today. And that's what makes the S-600 and Rell 51 combo so deadly. It's a dance of machine versus machine. Artificial intelligence versus artificial intelligence. And whoever wins that battle controls the skies. To wrap up, the S-600 air defense system represents the bleeding edge of what's possible when engineering, computing, and defense strategy collide. Paired with experimental aircraft like the Rell 51, it's not just a defense mechanism, it's a vision of the future battlefield, one where speed, stealth, and smarts win the war before the first human even reacts. Thank you for watching Auto Big 8. We'll continue to bring you the most advanced technology breakdowns, the hidden weapons of the world's superpowers, and everything you need to know to stay ahead of the curve. If this video blew your mind, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We've got much more coming your way. See you next time.